Hare Krishna, everyone, welcome all of you. So we'll start with prayers. I request everybody to join me. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitai Gaurang Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Hare Krishna everyone. So yesterday we discussed about what is the understanding of a self-realized person when problem comes in his life, then how he deals with that. The series of, where Arjuna asked question from Krishna about the symptoms of a self-realized soul, a person who is situated in transcendental consciousness. Transcendental consciousness means he is not influenced by the three modes of material nature. That is called transcendental state of consciousness. Its consciousness is not influenced by three modes of material nature. Otherwise, what happens? There are two states of being. One state is where all the living entities are influenced by three modes of material nature. There are three modes of material nature. This Prakriti, where we are living in, where we are inhabiting. So this place is always overpowered by three modes. So Mother Durga, she has got three modes to do the things here in this material world, to make all the living entity, the whole world active. So there are three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And all of us are predominantly being influenced by either of the three modes. Somebody is predominantly in Sattva Guna, who is very satisfied, happy, enlightened, and he is after knowledge. Those who are in Sattva Guna, they are after knowledge. They will be happy, they will be satisfied. Whatever comes, they will be satisfied and happy. They will not be so much of greedy and not have so much of sense gratificatory desires. But those who are predominantly in mode of passion, they will be always hankering. They will be after money, this, that, power, position, name, fame, adoration, all kinds of material advancements they will be after. Greedy, lusty, pride, enviousness, all kinds of feelings they will have. And a person who is in Rajaguna, he will never be happy. He will have so many desires, and in order to achieve those desires, he will do so many things, and he may achieve many things, he may not achieve many things as per the destiny, where the role of destiny comes into play. So if he achieves, then also he will not be happy. In beginning, he will be happy, and his happiness will be like e to the power minus x graph. If you remember, we all have studied e to the power x graph, and so many graphs we have studied in maths. So if you can recall the graph of e to the power x with time. So it increases, it is exponentially growing as time passes. As x-axis, we go towards x-axis, graph goes upside, and finally it goes to infinity. But there is another graph of e to the power minus x. In the beginning it is infinity, but later it goes down and it touches the x-axis. So material happiness is like that, which is we are discussing, that the very first response of Krishna when Arjuna asked the four questions, that what are the symptoms of person, how does he sit, how does he walk, how does he speak, and what are his consciousness. So all these questions, the first response of Krishna was that he will not take delight in sense gratification, a self-realized soul, because he knows in the beginning it is like nectar. Wow, very nice, you'll be delighted. The moment we get sense gratificatory object, senses with sense object, there is contact, some asparsaja bhoga, we enjoy so much, but that is in the beginning itself. E to the power a minus x graph, you remember, in the beginning it is very high, but as time passes, goes on, and it gets decreases, and finally it vanishes. The happiness becomes zero, then it becomes poison. That's why any activity which is driven by sense gratification, then that activity you cannot do for a long time. And any relation which is based on sense gratification, that relation does not continue. Divorce happens, misunderstanding comes, and fighting happens. All kinds of stuff happen when that relationship is based on sense gratification. So that is the understanding. A person who is in Rajoguna, he will do so many things, but he will never be happy. In the beginning, he will feel that I am happy, but happiness, it decreases with time. And third mode is mode of ignorance, where neither in the beginning he is happy nor in the end. He is always into ignorance. So he is lethargic, he is sleepy, he is in indolence, inertia, and he will sleep so much. He doesn't know what is right, what is wrong. Just he wants to sleep nicely. That's all. So that person is in this ignorance. So these are three modes by which all the living entities in this material world, they are influenced. But a person who transcends these three modes, he achieves a transcendental position. And Arjuna is asking the symptoms of such a person, that who is beyond these three modes. Is there any state of being beyond three modes? And that's what Krishna is explaining here, so which we are discussing. So I'll share the screen. All of you can see that. So I hope it is visible. So yesterday we had discussed about this verse. Prabhupada gave the definition of attachment and detachment. Attachment means accepting things for one's own sense gratification. And detachment is the absence of such sensual attachment. But one fixed in Krishna consciousness has neither attachment nor detachment, because his life is dedicated in the service of the Lord. A devotee is not attached, not detached. He is focused on the Lord only. So now next verse which we'll discuss today. Yes, sarvatra nabhishnehas tattat prapya subha subham nabhinandati nadvesti tas pragya pratisthita. So if you remember, Arjuna asked 4 questions. The second question, what is the second question? I'll go back. So here Arjuna is asking, Sthit pragyasya ka bhasha samadhi stasya keshava sthitadi kim prabhasheta kim ashita prajet kim. This verse you should all remember this. Very important verse. For first question was, what is his language? Language means symptoms. Then second question was, kim prabhasheta? How does he speak? Means any problem comes in his life, any difficulty comes, any adverse situation comes, then how he will handle that situation. That is the second question. And in today's verse, what we are discussing, Krishna is responding. Krishna is explaining this verse only. This question, Krishna is giving the answer. Kim prabhaseta means when the problems are there, when adversities are there, then how he will handle. So Krishna explained in 2 verses the response of this question. Now third question, Krishna will take about 5 to 6 verses and he'll explain. Kim asit means how he controls the senses, and Vrajet Kim means how he engages his senses in the activities. So these are the 4 questions. So I request all of you to kindly remember this verse. 4 questions you should all remember by heart it, these 4 questions. The first one was symptoms. Second one was how he handles the tough time in his life. Third question, how he controls his senses. And fourth one, how he engages his senses. So let us go back. The first answer was given by this verse, Prajahati Yada Kaman, very famous verse. We understood it very nicely. This explains about mental concoction, and we understood by 2-3 examples how we concoct the things, and we hype so much about any happiness. Then total happiness is equal to objective happiness plus hype, the concocted happiness or amplified happiness, what we have amplified. And then the second question, what Arjuna asked, that how he handles the tough time, that Krishna is started explaining from this verse number 56, and from in today's verse, this verse. Ya sarvatra nabhishneyas tattat prapya subha shubham nabhinandati nadvesti tasya pragya pratisthita, means he who is without attachment So because Krishna started explaining, giving the understanding about attachment, therefore Prabhupada in the purport, in the earlier purport only, he explained what is attachment. You see the beauty of Prabhupada's purport. Because Prabhupada knows next verse Krishna will explain, talk about attachment. So therefore in the previous verse itself, Prabhupada explained what is attachment, what is detachment. So that's how when we read Prabhupada's books, then it becomes very easy for us to understand Bhagavad Gita. See the translation. He who is without attachment means attachment towards sense gratification. Who wants to gratify senses, that means he is attached. So यहाँ कृष्णा बोल रहे हैं, who is without attachment means he is not attached to sense gratification. Who does not rejoice when he obtains good, nor laments when he obtains evil, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. So जो perfect knowledge में है, जो समझता है this material world is not the place of living. In this world we are always threatened by the insecurity. There is no certainty in this world. Life is completely uncertain, unpredictable. We are always at risk. Life is always threatened. At any time, anything can happen. So this self-realized person, devotee of Krishna, he understands this. He has the perfect knowledge. I am not of this world. I belong to Krishna. I have to go back to Krishna. So why should I be attached to this world? Just like many times, take for example, the example of a student who goes to college for studying. Now, when a student comes to the college, then where he will live? He will live in the hostel. And hostel situation, you all know. You all are students. What is the situation? Very nice, luxurious toilets, bathroom, very clean, no dirt. Everything is so nicely cleaned. Every day, 3 times, their housekeepings are coming and they're cleaning. And room so nicely given to you. And we mess food is so fantastic. 12 items every day. You in the lunch you get Rajbhog. Anna, you get all these things. No, this is not the facilities which are provided in the college. Bekar khana, you cannot eat also. And if you go in the details how they cook, my God, you will omit the kind of vessels they use, the grains, all kinds of dogs and rats, they are coming and eating and contaminating the grains, and same grain, same flour they are using to make chapati. And the people who are cooking, they are, my God, so horrible in the state. In the suppose it is summer season, so sweats are they are sweating, and with that state only they are mixing the flour and cooking the vegetables and all those things, whether they have taken bath, not taken bath, chewing the gutka and chewing pan and spitting there only and cooking. My God, so horrible situation. And rooms are also very nice, very unhygienic. Toilets, my God, you cannot survive. But still we manage. 4 years, 5 years, we live in the college. How? Because the understanding is, I'm not going to live here permanently. Just few years I have to pass. And that few years are not small year. 4 years. Those 4 years, just see, you can pass, with this understanding that this is not my permanent life. My permanent life is beyond this, outside this campus. My house is somewhere situated, and after this I'll get a nice placement. Then I will have my own nice apartment. I'll purchase a good house. I'll purchase there. I will arrange everything very perfectly. Everything will be very clean. Cooking will be very nice. Food will be very good, tasty, hygienic, everything. For that you will plan. But in the mess, you will just tolerate it. You will be going on tolerating all the problems which are coming in your mess, college life, and but your focus will be in the study. For the purpose you have come. Your purpose will not be deviated. Not that you have come in the college, now you got busy in solving the problems of mess, hostel, toilets, bathroom. यहाँ पर ये problem है, वहाँ पर वो problem है. No, you're not involved into all these things so much. You are focused about your purpose, that why I have come here. And a purpose is very clear, even though so many problems you face in the college, but you go on tolerating. चलो बाहर खा लेंगे, वहाँ खा लेंगे. In the same way, now you extend this understanding. Why you are tolerating? Because you know, यहाँ पर मैं रहने के लिए नहीं आया हूँ. For purpose I have come here. That purpose is very clear to you, that I have to get a job. good number, good CG I have to make, and then company will come. Then I have to sit in the placement, and I have to tracks any kind of company, and I have to continue my journey. I'm not here for a long time. So you focus on your purpose. In the same way, in this material world, we have come here for a purpose. For a purpose. And that purpose is to realize that I am not part of this world. You don't belong to this world. We belong to Krishna. But we have desire to become independent of Krishna, therefore we are sent here. Just like a child who was crying for the moon, in the night he started crying and he started asking from the mother, mother, I want that moon. It was full moon day, then moon was shining very nicely. The child started crying by seeing the moon, mother, I want moon, and by saying this he started crying, very bitterly crying. Pura, सब कुछ एक कर दिया. Now mother started making him understand, beta wo chand tumko nahi mil sakta, that is beyond our reach. But child is saying, no, I want moon. So my mother is very intelligent, but mother understands how to pacify this child. तो क्या किया उसने, मदर एक अंदर जाती है, बोलती है बेटा मैं तुम्हारे लिए मून लाती हूँ, तुम बैठो, और जाती है और मिरर ले आती है घर में से, एंड बेटे को मिरर दे देती है, बेटा मैं तुम्हारे लिए क्या ले आई हूँ, मून ले आई हूँ. एंड जैसे ही बेटा मिरर को हाथ में लेता है और देखता है उसमें, तो क्या देखेगा मिरर में, क्या दिखेगा उसको, मून दिखेगा ना. तो जैसे वो मिरर में मून देखता है बहुत खुश हो जाता है, वाह मदर I got the moon, very nice, and he starts enjoying that. Just see whether he has got the moon, actually he has got the moon, no, because he desired something which was unconstitutional desire he made. Therefore, through illusion, mother satisfied his desire. This is very, very important factor which I explained. The moment you do unconstitutional desire, then you will be satisfied by illusory things only. There is nothing called real enjoyment when you have desired something which is beyond your capacity, beyond your scope. Like this child, he has developed unconstitutional desire, so now he will be satisfied by illusion, creating illusion by giving him the mirror. In the same way, we wanted all the living entities, we wanted to become independent of Krishna. हम लोग कौन, हम में से कितने लोग कृष्ण के इंस्ट्रक्शन को फॉलो करना चाहते हैं? वेरी फ्यू, अ फ्यू, 1% नहीं है, 1% भी नहीं इस दुनिया के. अगर 100%, तो पूरी दुनिया को अगर आप डिवाइड करो कितने लोग कृष्णा कॉन्शियस प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, तो हार्डली 1% होगा. नॉट इवन 1% पीपल आर कृष्णा कॉन्शियस. व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज प्रोपोर्शन? So we are all rebellious. We don't want to follow Krishna. We don't want to follow the instructions given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. We want to remain independent. We want to do things out of our own whims. Reckless we want to be. So therefore we are here in this material world. We are suffering. And because we desired something unconstitutional, we wanted to become the enjoyer, which is not our position. So Krishna created this illusion called material world. This material world Krishna created, and he put Mother Durga to create illusion. So Mother Durga is always creating illusion, and she is making us to believe that we are enjoying. But actually we are not enjoying, we are suffering. You see, our situation is always at threat, at risk. There is no time when you are having full confidence that now I'm leading a very perfect life, very secure life, very fantastic life, full of bliss. No. The moment you say now my life is full of bliss, immediately something happens, something or the other will happen, and your all kinds of happiness is shattered to pieces. So a perfect person, a person who is in perfect knowledge, he will not lament for something which he did not get in this material world. He understands that क्या अच्छा क्या बुरा, इस मटेरियल सब बुरा, यही भालो यही मंदो सब मनोधर्म. प्रभुपाद बोलते हैं ये अच्छा ये खराब है, सब मनोधर्म है, सब मेंटल कॉन्कॉक्शन है. यही भालो ये अच्छा है, यही मंदो ये खराब है, सब मनोधर्म. Everything is mental concoction. So a person in the perfect knowledge, he understands what is this world, what is my position. I have come here for a purpose. Just like a student who is in the college, he knows what is his purpose of coming to the college. He will not be disturbed about all the situations which are there going on in the college. There are people who are committing suicides also in the same college, in the same room. Suppose a person who is living in your own room, one day you got to know that that student committed suicide, what will happen? Kharagpur, like that, there are so many rooms which are closed permanently. In Patel and Azad Hall, some halls, they have closed the room only and locked completely. No student, and उस room के अगल बगल में भी कोई नहीं रहता, because out of fear that student committed suicide into that same room. Suppose आपको पता चलता है कि आपका रूममेट उसने सुसाइड कर लिया, तो आप रूम छोड़ के भाग जाएंगे, उस रहेंगे नहीं, है ना? बट आप पर्पस अपना नहीं छोड़ेंगे. You will go to another room, but you'll again start focusing on the purpose that I have come here to accomplish a mission. What is that? Complete my BTech and get a job. In the same way, in this material world, there will be so many things. Upheavals will come. Just see here, Prabhupada is writing. There is always some upheavals in the material world which may be good or evil. One who is not agitated by such material upheavals, who is unaffected by good and evil, is to be understood to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. Just तरीके से एक स्टूडेंट है, कॉलेज में सुसाइड्स हो रहे हैं, but still he is unaffected. He is focused on his purpose. He very nicely understand that मेरा purpose क्या है आने का कॉलेज में. कितने भी सुसाइड्स हो जाएं, लेकिन वो ये डरेगा नहीं कि यार कॉलेज में तो सुसाइड्स ही हो रहा, भागो यहाँ से, नहीं तो एक दिन मैं भी सुसाइड कर लूंगा. नहीं, ये थॉट ही नहीं आता. लेकिन गलती से अगर कोई सी कॉलेज से एक डिवोटी बन जाए तो घर वाले पूरा दुनिया एक कर देंगे, सोशल मीडिया में पहुंच जाएंगे, ये कर देंगे, रोना रो गा के पूरा आंसुओं की धारा बहा देंगे, गंगा यमुना बहा देंगे. मेरा बेटा ये इस्कॉन वालों ने ब्रेन वॉश कर दिया, ये उसको मेरा मेरा जिंदगी बर्बाद कर दिया, उसका कैरियर बर्बाद कर दिया. लेकिन जब वही लड़का सुसाइड कर लेता है तो क्या करते हैं? आंखों से आंसू भी नहीं गिरते, रोए रो, फिर लाइफ बिकम्स सो हेल. तो एक लड़का अगर ड्यूटी बन गया, उसके लिए इतना बड़ा, you know, we create out of that small thing, we create a mountain of out of that. But so many students are committing suicides. एक कॉलेज से हार्डली एक कोई डिवोटी बनता है, लेकिन एक कॉलेज कितने सुसाइड्स हो जाते हैं एक साल में? More than 2-3 suicides happen, but people are not focusing on that. But एक कोई डिवोटी बन गया, कोई लाइफ डेडिकेट कर दिया कृष्णा की सेवा में, प्रभुपाद की सेवा में, तो बहुत बड़ा उनके लिए एजेंडा बन जाता है. So this is going on. But see, every year students are committing suicide in IITs. But कौन सा पेरेंट्स है वो बोलता नहीं बेटा IIT में नहीं जाना, वहां पर जाओगे तो सुसाइड कर लोगे तुम? कोई बोलता है क्या? नहीं बोलता. बट स्टिल दे विल बी motivating their students, beta IIT crack karo, go to IIT. Even though they know that after getting into IIT there are many students committing suicides, but they will not fear out of that. But when they will send their child to the college, they will say ISKCON वालों से बच के रहना. ISKCON वाले तुम्हारा ब्रेन वॉश कर देंगे, तुमको भगवद गीता पढ़ा पढ़ा के तुमको हमसे दूर ले चले जाएंगे, डिवोटी बना देंगे, साधु बना देंगे. But that is actually not a fact. We are not here to create any kind of such things. We are here to give a perfect knowledge, just like here it is given perfect knowledge, so that we can lead at least balanced life, perfect life, a life which is full of meaning. Otherwise, ignorant life where there is no meaning in life is like a life of animals. So, but what to do? Situation is completely ulta. Same. So here Prabhupada is writing, a person who is fixed in Krishna consciousness, he will not be disturbed by any problems. As long as one in the material world, there is always the possibility of good and evil, because this world is full of duality. तो क्योंकि ये दुनिया अच्छा और बुरा दोनों है इसमें, तो पर्सन ही अंडरस्टैंड कि अच्छा भी होगा बुरा भी होगा. तो बुरा आएगा तो क्यों डिस्टर्ब होना, जब जैसे अच्छा आया तो हमने एंजॉय किया, तो बुरा आएगा वैसे ही, because every coin has two faces. The material world will have both good and bad. But one who is fixed in Krishna consciousness is not affected by good and evil, because he is simply concerned with Krishna, who is all good absolute. And now next, so now from this verse, Krishna will answer the third question. What is the third question of Krishna? Kim Asit. Kim Asit means how he controls his senses. So nice example Prabhupada Krishna gives that यदा संहरते चायं कुर्मोंगानीव सर्वस इंद्रियाणि इंद्रियार्थेभ्यस्तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. One who is able to withdraw his senses from sense object as the tortoise withdraws his limbs within the shell is to be understood as truly situated in knowledge. Meaning is, just like tortoise there, no? When there is a need, it will take all its limbs out of the shell, and when there is no need, it will withdraw the senses inside the shell. In the same way, a person who is in the knowledge, he controls his senses like that. When there is a need, he will use his senses. When there is no need, he will control and he will keep it. He will not use the senses. So here Prabhupada is writing the purport. So after this, we'll conclude. The test of a yogi, devotee or self-realized soul. The synonyms are yogi means devotee only or self-realized soul. Is that he is able to control the senses according to his plan. You see, a devotee is able to control his senses according to his plan. What is his plan? The plan of Krishna. Most people, however, are servants of the senses and are thus directed by the dictation of the senses. That is the answer to the question as to how the yogi is situated. So the senses are compared to venomous serpents. They want to act very loosely and without restriction. So senses are compared with venomous serpent and they want to act very loosely without any restriction. But a yogi controls his senses according to his plan. So that is the understanding here Prabhupada is giving. Now we'll discuss from here in the next class. So here I'll stop. If you have any question, you can ask. Any question? Okay.